Hello guys, and welcome to the video review of the Seagull 1963. This watch is not made in 1963 and is not produced by what you'd call nowadays a prestigious Swiss company. It's actually produced by a company called Seagull, and I don't know if you've heard about Seagull, but let me tell you some interesting facts about them. They were founded in 1955. With only 4 craftsmen initially. Their first watch was the Wuxing, this ugly thing over here. And nowadays they're producing watches like these, which some of them are multi-axis tourbillons. Yep, I'll let that sink in for a couple of seconds. And another interesting fact about this company is the fact that some of these multi-axis tourbillons can be had for under 5 grand. Yep, that's right. Do a quick Google search. See how much the Swiss are gonna charge you for a multi-axis tourbillon, or just a plain tourbillon, for that matter. We're talking 30, 40, 50 grand maybe for a tourbillon from a Swiss company. Yep, the Chinese are coming strong, guys. Okay, so the Seagull can produce multi-axis tourbillons. What else can they make? Well, in this case, they can make a mechanical chronograph movement. An example of which we see over here. That's right, I started the chronograph with the pusher at the 2 o'clock position. I am going to stop the chronograph with the pusher at the 2 o'clock position. I just wanted to cross the 6 o'clock marker because I like that way. Okay, and I'm going to reset it with the pusher at the 4 o'clock position. See, instant reset. This has a mechanical chronograph movement in it. It was well under 250 money. That's dollars, euros, whatever you like. And let me show you guys what you get for that price range. Yep, she's a beauty, isn't she? Look at that heartbeat over there. Yeah, it's a heart, not a balance wheel. I can see the aorta. One of the more striking features for me when looking at this dial are the red accents, and they can be found on the chronograph second hand and over on the red star over there, which is not an homage to SpongeBob's friend Patrick. No, that's actually a symbol of Chinese communism. Yeah, guys, that's right. This watch is a product of the Chinese communist era. During the 1950s and the 1960s, and I promise I'm going to keep these things short, Mao Zedong, who was the chairman of the Communist Party of China, which was their leading and only party, wanted to advance China's economy that in 15 years they could actually surpass UK's economy. This was inspired by the USSR's plan in 15 years to surpass USA's economy, through peaceful means, of course. They did not have the means, they did not have the know-how, but they did have Marxism on their side. And forceful labor, I guess. So, Mao Zedong actually started a socialist campaign called the Great Leap Forward in 1958. Although sadly a leap forward it was not, because it actually led the greatest famine in human history, with over 30 million people dead. Most of these were peasants who worked their asses off day and night, producing grain for export, rice, and cheap, very low quality steel, so China's economy can flourish. They had a promise by the regime that the economy and they will be able to flourish They will be able to have whatever they want. But what they received was the lack of the possibility of owning any type of land, because many villages were united under communes. They did not have any rights to do funerals or marriages, which were traditions, of course, in Chinese families at the time. They were considered signs of feudalism, and if you would get caught with such traditions, God forbid, you would be actually tortured to death. And many people died and gave their lives for the Chinese economy at the time to flourish. One of the aspects which needed improvement were the instruments for the army, were the instruments for the People's Liberation Army, which was founded in 1947 after the Great Civil War against the nationalists. The People's Liberation Army Air Force needed a chronograph mechanical watch. So, Project 304, which was handed over to Tianjin Watch Company, was started. They bought the machinery from the Swiss, from the Venus Watch Company, with the money which was made on the back of the peasants. And the Seagull Project 304, what it was called at the time, started. It was the final prototypes were actually supervised by experts from the Navy, from different branches of the army. And 17,000, I think, 1,700 units were produced for pilots and high-ranking officials in China. And it's no small feat for an agrarian economy at the time to have a chronograph mechanical watch as nice as this one. I consider the dial of this Seagull to be very beautiful and elegant, actually. Considering it was originally a military watch, well, let's just say that a Rolex GMT Master 2 is not the only beautiful thing which was worn by pilots over time. I'm going to attach a picture here of the original watch, which was issued during that time, and you can see the influences which can be found over on this model over here. Of course, it's not going to be exact. This is just a reissue. But let's just look over on the markings for the hour hands. We have applied hour markers. We have triangles, which point towards the center of the dial for 1, 5, 7, and 11 hour markers. And we also have applied numbers for 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Yes, I can read. I'm not an idiot. I know that. It does give a very nice and elegant look to the dial. And considering it's a champagne color, it's actually very readable, even though you might not think that the contrast is that big between the champagne color dial and the gold hour markers. Although, one of the things which do make this watch very easy to read is the hour, minute, and second hands. And for the 30-minute counter on the right over there. Yes, they have a blue hue to it. They're baton hands for the hour and minute markers. Very nice blue tint to them. The second hand has an arrow and the baton. And for the 30-minute counter on the right over there, see it has 30, 10, and 20. It has just a simple blue baton hand. And trust me guys, the blue on this watch over in the sunlight is just a joy to behold, and it makes it very easy to read at a glance. I'm going to, of course, put it on my wrist at some time, but it's very nice to see. The pictures and the videos don't really do this watch justice. I gotta be honest, out of all of the watches that I worn over time, this one has gotten most of the compliments. I mean, people just notice this thing. It's not ghastly or anything like that. I mean, it's not vulgar. It's not a vulgar watch. But if they're going to glance their looks over to your wrist, they're definitely going to notice it, and they're going to ask about it. See, the 30-minute counter just moved to 1 minute. Very nice. Also, we have 21 jewels under the red star, and with Chinese characters over the 6 o'clock marker, we have Tianjin Seagull Company, which is written in Chinese. Very nice dial look. I mean, it's very, very vintagey. If you're gonna tell people this watch is from 1960s, they're probably gonna believe you if they're not watch aficionados or anything like that. It's, I don't know, I'm actually running out of compliments to compliment the dial of this watch. It's its best feature, I gotta be honest. I mean, the red star and the red central chronograph hand, oh boy, it's just perfect. And it gives the dial a symmetry which is rarely seen on watches at this price range. Symmetry, and yet it's asymmetric because of the arrow hand on the second hand on the whatever. You get what I mean. I'm just going to put something to show you what I'm talking about. Yeah. This watch over here has a 37.5 millimeter diameter case. I'm telling that this watch over here has this case because there are many different variants of this watch. And if you're going to look into all of these variants, you're probably gonna get lost soon, because I myself almost got lost in them. There are issues, reissues, reissues, because vendors which sell this watch over in the US or the UK, like Watch Unique or Polyet24.de or Long Island Watch or SeagullWatchStore.com, for example, it almost seems like it's not the same people making it, because there are dial color variations even in between champagne colored dials. Because if you take one of these watches which has an acrylic crystal like this one over here, see, nice curvature to the acrylic crystal, and you take a watch which has a sapphire crystal, you're gonna have different colors to the dials. And that's not because of the crystal, that's actually because of the dial, which is slightly different, even in variants in 38mm size. You can find these watches in varying ranges of quality, in my opinion, and varying ranges of quality control. This one was actually bought from Watch Unique. It was around $250, okay, with the glass display back. This is not the only option of a display back. You might see these watches with the display backs which do not have this red writing over here that you can see. See? You have these watches without the red writing, and you can see the movement in all of its glory. The red writing, by the way, says People's Liberation Army Air Force in Chinese characters, and that's actually their symbol over there. If you're going to look at this movement, which is actually very nice, this is a column wheel mechanical chronograph movement. The column wheel is over here, near the 4 o'clock marker. As you can see, the second hand, which is actually operated with the golden wheel in the center of the movement, is not actually moving at this time. But if I'm going to push the 2 o'clock marker, the two wheels over here to the left are going to unite with the wheel in the center. Gonna make it move now, and the second hand moves, as you can see. Come on, please, dear, focus. Okay. And when we're going to stop, the two wheels are actually going to separate from the wheel in the center. See? And when resetting it, the column wheel resets the second hand. Yeah, I don't know much about these type of movements. I'm not a watchmaker, as I've said. But please do check out the different variants of this watch, because let's just say you don't like one of these with an acrylic crystal like you have over here, and you would like a signed crown, for example, which this watch does not have. Or you would like a solid case back or a glass case back which has no red writing on it. You can actually get that. And there are even dials which are of cream color, but these sub-dials for the 30-minute counter and the second counter over here on the left, they have concentric circles on them. It's actually an edition called by one of the What You Seek members, I think HKED or something like that. I'm not really sure, but if you like the looks of this watch, there's definitely a variant over there for you. Champagne color, black dial color, panda dial, reverse panda dial, all sorts of dial colors. And they all use the same mechanical chronograph movement, which is very reliable and of very good quality. If we're going to look at the second hand, it's probably not the smoothest second hand for a chronograph you're gonna find out there, but for this price range, I mean, can you really complain about things such as those? Don't think so. Not going to state all of the specifications of this watch. If you want to see specifications of this watch, you might as well just look online. What I understood, and what's most important for me, is that this has approximately 40 hours of power reserve. Of course, you can wind up the watch using nice sound to it, doesn't it? It's a good, reliable movement. It's easily serviceable. And it has actually been around since the 1940s, 1950s. So if there at some moment in time were any reliability issues with this movement, they probably were ironed out in 50, 60 years time of producing this movement. So, a quick wrist shot of the Seagull in conclusion. The case is all polished, as you can see. All polished surfaces all around, no satin finished whatsoever. It does attract quite a lot of scratches, but it's a military watch, what can you expect? It fits very well under a shirt cuff, as you can see, no effort to it. Very comfortable, even with the added height of the NATO strap over here. The pushers and the crown do not dig into your wrist. You can wear this watch all day, and basically you're going to be wearing a very nice looking, comfortable mechanical chronograph. If your wrists are bigger and 38 millimeters you consider to be too small, just go for the 42 millimeter variant. It's fine, no worries. Even if you have 9-inch wrists, it's gonna fit you. Don't worry, guys. So for $250, you are getting a NATO strap as well, which is quite thin but very comfortable. 18 millimeter lug width, so you can get many straps for it. It will probably look very good with the nice brown, coffee-colored NATO leather strap, or just a nice leather strap with it. People are definitely going to compliment you on this one. Also, many thanks to my friend Cornelio, which lent in this watch for review. He also lent me in his SKX and very patiently waited for me to do my crappy reviews. But thanks, man. It's been an absolute pleasure to discover this thing. I gotta be honest, I like this more than my Bambino. My Orient Bambino, that is. If I would have the option, I would actually buy this instead of the Bambino, because when looking at those blue accents, oh man, I would wear this watch all day, every day. I would not go swimming with it or anything like that, because it does not have any water resistance to it. It just says NA in the spec sheet for water resistance. But I like these simple vintage pushers over here. I don't really think screw-in pushers are fit for this type of watch. So I don't mind that. I'm not going to go swimming with it. The ironic fact, though, is that even though the Chinese have made this watch, and they are progressing, as I said, from the Wuxing to tourbillons to multi-axis tourbillons, they are actually not able to watch this review. And not because of the fact that my reviewers are not good or they don't get enough coverage around the world. No, actually YouTube is banned in China, even nowadays. I'm not going to make any political statements because it's not my job, of course, to do so, but I find that quite sad, because I would actually like to meet the guys that built this thing and give them a personal thank you, because they show us people in the West, in capitalist countries, what you can actually get for so little money. A lot of work, not very well paid, and very good quality. Maybe in time we should be able to appreciate more the words made in China. And with that said, guys, have a great day. Thank you again, Corneliu. Stay tuned, guys, because I'm trying to do my best and do as many reviews as time permits me to do them. It's been a pleasure wearing this. Share, like, subscribe, comment, swear at me, whatever, man. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye. Love you all.